A very pleasant good evening, everybody. We welcome you to Maple City Park here in Hornell, New York. Game 2 of the NYCBL West Division Final occurring this evening. Here on this Wednesday, it features the Mansfield Destroyers, the Hornell Dodgers. The Dodgers with a chance to clinch the series and move on tonight in elimination game for the Mansfield Destroyers. Patrick Etch with you inside the broadcast booth. Welcome inside Maple City Park here in Hornell, New York. So that's the simple storyline. Mansfield's got to win to continue the season tonight. Force a Game 3 tomorrow, 4:35 at Shea Ute. For Hornell, the Dodgers put together a tremendous performance last night, 14-5. That was the score that Hornell put up against Mansfield. They got so many hits against the Destroyers. They had a 9-run fifth inning. The pitching was great, so Hornell's got to continue that to beat Mansfield tonight. The Destroyers, pretty similar lineup. Chick Gaetano is on the hill. If Mansfield can get the bats out, if they can get some decent starting pitching tonight, then the Destroyers will be in the driver's seat for them to potentially force a Game 3 tomorrow at Shea Ute. That's what's going to happen if Mansfield wants to continue their season and hopefully eventually make it to the championship. So Patrick Etching with you for the ride in this one, NYCBL West Division Final Game 2. Glad you're with us here on this Wednesday night from Hornell. Beautiful night for baseball, too. Let's take a look at the Mansfield starting lineup tonight. Randall Heen's going to lead it off, be at second base for Mansfield. Tyler Castelli will bat second in center field. Batting third, Michael Cervantes. He's the shortstop this evening for the Destroyers. Willie Schwartz will DH for Mansfield. He'll bat cleanup. James Broderick at third base will hit fifth for the Destroyers. Theron Schilling is in right, batting sixth. Will Yarbrough in left field hit seventh. Bryce Porter, the first baseman, will bat eighth. And Blake Murray will catch and hit ninth for Mansfield.
Number 35 from Siena College, Randall Hine.
So Heen is in to face Al Applebaum on the hill for Hornell, the 6'165 Woolwich, New Jersey native, who goes to Camden County Community College. He's a lefty and a hard-throwing one at that. First delivery from him to Randall Heen misses low for ball one. A very good crowd on hand here in Hornell this evening, the best one we've seen at this park all year long, and a gorgeous night, 77 degrees, sunny, low humidity, not a cloud in the sky. As a 2-0 count here to Randall Heen, the outside delivery by Al Applebaum. So Heen yesterday for Mansfield in the game was 1 for 5. This one inside to make it 3-0. He did strike out yesterday. He also grounded into a double play. Applebaum will deal here right over the middle of the plate for a strike. Al Applebaum has pitched 17 innings this season, making his fourth start. This is all, of course, regular season numbers. So that's the outside corner, make it 3-2 to Heen. In the regular season, Applebaum made 5 appearances, had 3 starts, including a complete game. He pitched 17 innings, 13 hits, 8 runs, 5 of them earned. There's a walk to Randall Heen leading off this first inning. He's down to first base. 12 walks for Applebaum in the regular season, 16 strikeouts, 2.64 ERA. So if it wasn't Charlie White, who the Destroyers saw yesterday in the start for Hornell, it was Applebaum who was producing on the mound big time for the Dodgers this season, and he has faced Mansfield before. We'll get to that in a second. Castelli steps in. He'll take a first pitch ball up and in with Heen on first base. It was back on July 9th that Applebaum pitched against the Destroyers here at Maple City Park. That was a 10-7 come-from-behind win for Mansfield. This one put in the air to right field. That's a liner, but it's caught right to Hall, the right fielder. And he'll make the grab for one away here in the top of the first inning on the Castelli liner. So here's Cervantes.
Now batting the shortstop, number 5 from the University of Louisiana Monroe, Michael Cervantes.
Shortstop bats third tonight for Mansfield. In that July 9th game for Applebaum, he went 3 2/3 in a start. He gave up 6 runs, 4 of them earned, 5 hits, 6 walks, 3 strikeouts. And his ERA at that point was at 7.71 on the year. He was able to drop it after some really good appearances against Dansville, Genesee, and Rochester, down to 2.64 coming into this game tonight. We have a switch here. First and third baseman will switch spots, so that's Smith moving over to third and Mann moving over to first. We saw this last night a little bit. We got all kinds of shuffling here. Okay, you know what? They're putting on the shift. So we saw this last night against Cervantes, and this was the only batter that Hornell shifted against. They would put the second baseman in Hill over into left field, right down the left field line. And that is just barely in your frame there on the left side. And then the regular left fielder, Avalone, moves a bit to his left from the normal position. Center fielder O'Donnell stays in center field where you would normally stand for that position. Want to know the count here to Cervantes. And the second base position is vacant right now. Michael will slap this one right into the shift. The other left fielder in Hill stood right where that ball would have landed. And there's the out. So
Now
yesterday, Cervantes
13 from Siena College, Willie Shorrock.
hit one right to second base. There's no second baseman in that shift, but now we have one that went right into the shift, so it's working for Hornell. And again, that's the only batter that they did anything to in terms of a shift in the game yesterday, and it looks like they'll continue with that here tonight. Check over to first base. Randall Heen is back in time. He is definitely a steal threat, so you get 2 away in the inning. Schwark is the cleanup man again in this game. He's the DH for Mansfield. Applebaum will deal. This is a soft ground ball that's fouled off of Schwark's leg, I believe, and popped into play. So Willie will have to pick himself back up here. He's fine, just a little bit shaken up. We'll reset the gloves as our home plate umpire walks out to the mound, check in on Applebaum. So this is a best-of-3 series, and the Destroyers will have to win tonight to continue their season. After Hornell took the game yesterday, 14-5 was the score. Back at Chayute. 0-1 to Shorrock is a high sky pop-up. First baseman moves in. That would be Smith, and he's got it in the glove for round number 3, and was one base runner allowed in the first inning of work, and the start by Applebaum.
No hits, no errors.
So we go to the bottom of the first inning. The Hornell starting lineup coming your way when we return. No score going to the bottom of the first. You're watching Destroyers Baseball presented by Mitchell CarQuest. Patrick Etchen back in here from Maple City Park. We're in Hornell, New York for Game 2 of the NYCBL West Division Final. Here's the Hornell starting lineup before they bat in the bottom of inning number 1. Jack McDonald will be the DH. He'll lead off tonight for Hornell. Brendan O'Donnell is in center field hitting second. Chris Penna will catch, bat third. Mateo Avalone in left field hitting fourth. Jordan Smith at first base bats fifth. Aaron Mann in the sixth spot. He'll play third base for Hornell. Levi Hall is in right field hitting seventh. Matt Staker, the shortstop, will bat eighth. And Ryan Hill at second base bats ninth for the Hornell Dodgers. Starting pitcher tonight for the Mansfield Destroyers here in this game 2. That would be Chick DiGaetano, making in the playoffs his first start, but in the regular season he made 8 appearances, including 7 starts. He pitched 2 complete games, 42 1/3 innings, 36 hits, 21 runs, 17 of them earned, 18 walks, 31 strikeouts, 3.61 ERA for DiGaetano, whose record in the regular season was 6-1-0 with the Mansfield Destroyers. And he is going to take the ball here for Mansfield on the hill to start.
The designated hitter number 15 from Wilmington University, Jack McDonald.
So Jack McDonald is going to get in here for the Hornell Dodgers. He's the DH in this game. That's in the playoffs, 286. McDonald with 7 at-bats and 2 hits in the playoffs for Hornell. First pitch by Chick, misses low for ball 1. So DiGaetano was one of the most reliable starters Mansfield had in the regular season, and did pitch in that regular season doubleheader against Hornell on Thursday, last Thursday, the 22nd. High chopping ground ball to shortstop. He handles it, throws to first for the out, and there's 1 away here in the inning. Next up, O'Donnell for Hornell, the center fielder.
The center fielder, number 35 from Rider University, Brendan O'Donnell.
And in that start the other day for Chick on the 22nd against the Dodgers, he went 7 innings, just 2 runs, both of them were earned, 6 hits, a walk, 4 strikeouts. And Chick's ERA in the regular season finished at 3.61. High pop-up. This is right side of the infield. He and the second baseman tracks over to make the grab. And quickly 2 outs in the first inning for Hornell.
Now batting the catcher, number 12 from Rhodes College, Chris Penna.
Chris Penna's turn now at the plate for the Hornell Dodgers. And Penna comes into the playoffs through 2 games at 2 for 9 with 3 RBI. Did have a 2-run double yesterday in that just offensive frenzy for the Dodgers game 1 of the series. Like I mentioned from the top, Dodgers put together a 9-run 5th inning in that game yesterday en route to the win over Mansfield. First one to Penna, misses low from DiGaetano. 6'2", 221 junior's Chick goes to Villanova from Sugarloaf, Pennsylvania.
Really? Me?
1-0 deal. That's going to hit the outside corner, make it 1 ball and 1 strike. The curveball over the plate there to Penna, who is catching in this game for Hornell. Hermosa Beach, California native, 6'1", 205 senior, and he's a smart kid. Goes to Rhodes College. Another chopper ground ball, this time to third. Blodrick will play it. The throw to first, and that is dropped by Bryce Porter. Flat out drop by Bryce. The initial call by the base umpire was out, but then Porter dropped it, and then the umpire reversed it to say safe. And the drop came quickly enough for the ball arriving that no question that Porter never hung on to it for the out. So that's going to be ruled
Now
an
batting
error.
the left fielder, number 21 from Alfred State College, Mateo Avalon.
It is an error on Bryce Porter. Here comes the cleanup man. Avalon is a dangerous hitter. He's in left tonight for the Dodgers. So you get Penn on first base. Here in the opening inning, the pitch in the outside corner from DiGaetano for strike 1. That one just went completely out of Porter's glove. Happens sometimes. Outside corner fastball chase that count moves to 0-2. Avalon is tied for first in the team in playoff hitting. He's 4 for 7. Leads the team in these playoffs with 4 RBI. One misses the black from Chick. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is by far the best crowd we've had here in Hornell for any game this season we've been here. Grandstands are very full. Big swing and a miss. There's strike 3. Chick gets himself out of the inning. And Hornell is stranded runner at first base as we are through 1 here from Maple City Park. No score. Going to the second in Game 2 of the NYCBL West Division Final. And you're watching Destroyers Baseball presented by Mitchell CarQuest.